because I am going to refer to him as his real name because I can't be dealing with all this code name nonsense. Anyway, so we are playing as the plants this time. I prefer the plants just because I quite like the cactus. I like to be able to sit on a rooftop and shoot people from afar because I find my shooting ability up close tends to be a little shaky. And also I find that I actually just go into the battle and just keep going towards the people that are shooting at me, which is probably not the best idea. So we are going to play with the camo cactus, which as you can see is not very camouflaged, but still we're going to go with it. So we started at the beginning of this map, and I'm trying to find a good place of which to get people from. This zoom on this particular cactus goes quite far, so I need to get a little bit further, but I am getting shot at, so perhaps I need to move. Oh look, there's my family. I'm sorry that you died. Oh, perfect. Oh, I don't know if I like this one. I managed to kill, but look how far that went in. Maybe I didn't need to zoom in, but look, it goes so far in, and then the reload time, it's like a recall, and it feels like it just moves as soon as you shoot, which is probably fairly realistic in terms of these types of ammunition, but still, it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel like you can shoot quite often, but if you're from afar and you're hidden out, not like this, then it will work. But I'm going to change cactus now because clearly that's not working. Bandit cactus, let's go with that one. And we can see that we've walked over to a second area that we need to defend. I'd love to be able to jump. The only problem with a cactus is that you can't jump very far. So, okay, the ammunition kind of with this one is so much better. I'm definitely not going to last very long with this one, but still, it's much better to control, and it doesn't zoom in as much, you can tell. Oh, definitely getting shot at. Oh, didn't see those guys up there. We're going to continue playing as the bandit one for now because he's doing okay. Oh, this might be a good place to. Oh no, just drop down. Once you start playing this game for a little while, you'll notice that certain players will come from certain places. Will continuously go there. It's quite interesting to see a pattern occur. But occasionally you get a few of the players that mix up a bit. Probably not a good spot. See, this is what I hate, that when you weaken someone and then they move away, which is obviously what they would want to do, and then you won't get an assist for it because someone else just manages to put one shot in them just before they get killed. So that can be a bit of a pain. I'm going to go down here at some point and do the, I'm going to do the, whatever it's called, the drone. Oh. Don't often use the drone, but for this game purpose I think it's probably worth a little go. Is there anywhere I can do a... there we go, let's see if we can get killed. No, these are the ones that usually have a lot more health. Look at my aiming abilities, aren't they? Just wonderful. Just shoot everywhere and hope for the best, and didn't get a kill whatsoever. Oh, another thing that I really love about the cactus is the ability to drop these bombs. I find that I get a lot more kills with the cactus purely because I've managed to drop a lot of these little turd-like things, and people tend to step on them, and that's a vanquish right there. So it works out quite well. But people, you know, depending on who's playing the game, they're quite savvy to the fact that there's cactuses about, there's going to be bombs on the floor, and they can shoot them before they step on them, and that explodes them. So you're not guaranteed to always get decent kills with them. But they are it's a great addition, like as opposed to the chomper that have the spike weeds, which you can see here. Those are great because it captures your opponent and does deal out some damage. And depending on whether they've been damaged already, that can be the final blow for them. But it won't just necessarily just kill them. Whereas if they land on a potato mine, that will blow them up, unless you've used the smaller version of the potato mine. In which case, not so much. Oh, and you also have, these guys have used this, but oh no, wrong button. You've got the tool nuts, of which you can use as a barricade and shoot through. They're quite effective at some points, and also you can jump on them. Oh, let's get in the middle because clearly the zombies are going in. And usually I will get around the garden and I will put the potato mines down because the zombies are so focused on getting into that area to capture the garden, they often don't look where they're treading. So it's a great way to rack up some kills. Oh, zombies have captured the base. Wonderful. If you're still alive at this point, it's always good to hang around the base a little bit longer, because this is often where they all spawn. Especially if you're not really that bothered about winning garden graveyards, you're just more about getting the points or completing the challenges to increase your character's rank, or get additional packs, for example. Then if you can stay around the area, you can get more kills, and more kills typically ends up with more points. Oh. Not such a good plan to do that out in the open like that, but still, we'll move on. We're going to change cactus again, see what we've got. Citrus cactus was probably the first additional cactus that we got, so I never really played them as much, because when I was kind of first learning about what they do, and I just thought it was just more of a what's the word, an aesthetic thing. But I didn't realise that different cactus had different levels of ammunition and they dealt different amounts of damage, so it'd be interesting to play this character again. I quite like the fact that they look like oranges when they hit it, so. Again, it's just that, if you didn't see the first My Girlfriend Plays video, I compare a lot to the second Garden Warfare game, of which we do have a review up on the channel. I had to listen to my other half making that for a good couple of hours, so I definitely know what was in there. But yeah, so I compare a lot to this game and the new one. Personally, from playing this one again, I do prefer it, just in the simplicity of how it works. Oh god, I'm frozen. Yeah, just in the simplicity and like pure, I don't know, it just feels a bit pure. It doesn't feel like they're attaching too much on. I feel like they're trying to do a little bit too much with the new game, which is great because they're being ambitious, and I really like the franchise. Even the top-down, the game that you can play on your iPad, or the Go Hard versions, they played it on the PC. But I don't really like the new characters, and I said to Martin the other day, I said it should be called Vegetation versus Zombies, but it doesn't really ring the same bell, really. So now that you've got in the new game, if you haven't seen it, again, check out the video. But we've got a rose, again, that is a plant, but that's fine. We've got a citron, so it looks like an orange. It depends on, I think you can get different types. depending on your rank, etc, etc. But you've got a citrus kind of rolling character. You've got, what else have you got from that team? Oh, and you've got the corn on the top. So again, really cool characters. It's just not really a plant now, is it? Just because it comes out of the ground doesn't make it a plant. So but I suppose if you was to say, oh, I'm going to plant a rose bush, I'm going to plant some corn, maybe it comes from that. Do you think? Martin's nodding. He's saying it's loose enough term that they can use it. Yeah. I think that's how they're going. I think that's the way they can get away with it. Because you plant, you physically, the act of planting, regardless of whether you call it a plant, but they're referring to it as a plant. So, swings around about. Even, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think a little bit too much about the specifics, but you get what I mean. But yeah, just the characters themselves look a bit more, like, these ones are a bit more basic. Just completely walks into that zombie, acting like, oh no, I've pressed the wrong button. Yeah. The corn looks a bit more animated. They've definitely got a bit more personality to their features, which again is a bit more immersified in the whole game. But I just don't know. I just think that their abilities are a little bit more difficult to figure out. Like, even to the point of looking at, like, in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see where the abilities are. So you've got L1 is the potato mine, triangle is the cactus drone, and R1 is the big boulder, which will take a lot more going at to destroy. So those look quite straightforward, like that you would understand what it means. On the new game, me and Martin were looking at it and go, well, what does this do? And we just had to keep pressing buttons and kind of hoping for the best. Ouch. So that was kind of the downfall of that. Like, the game was a little bit less enjoyable because I felt like it took a lot longer to get to grips with each of the characters' new abilities. But I enjoyed the fact that they've stepped out the box. So, for example, the Captain Corn, or whatever they're deciding to call him, will do like a spinny attack. So I think it's the Captain Corn that does the spinny attack. Is it Captain Corn? Or is that the imp? Oh, there's a super zombie that does a spinny attack, I'm afraid. So you press that button and then literally you'll just spin in either way direction, and I think you keep pressing the trigger button and you deal out either a higher amount of damage or the fact that it's like such a strong attack that people don't really get a look in. So it's a different attack than what we've seen previously. I mean, there is a return of the what I would call the standard. So we've got the I can't think off the top of my head. We've got the zombie pirate who has a parrot that works similar to the cactus drone. So you've got, you know, variations of similar attacks, but you've also got new ones, like the rose can turn someone into a goat. Pretty random, but the rose is meant to be magical. Again, that might be a little nod to the fact that in Beauty and the Beast, the rose was the cursed item. So, I don't know. Could be just a long shot, but why would you think a rose is magical than any other plant? So I think that's where they got it from. Martin is laughing at me, thinking, well, it was in Beauty and the Beast. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was in that glass. It was in the glass. It was magical. It stood up by itself. That is magic in itself. But regardless whether it was linked to a curse, not if they're not connected to anything, and they're on a bush. Martin just said rose plants stand up by themselves. Well, they don't. They really don't. They are attached to a bush, and then you prune the bush and you get the rose stem. And you can lead a rose stem on a vase or whatever, but they do not stand up by themselves, perfectly suspended in the air. And they don't glow either. So, okay, so in this version of Plants versus Gardens Graveyards, whatever you can call it, the zombies have to get to this. Oh no, need to go to get to the, where is it, the golf ball, which is on the top of here. They shoot that and it lands on here, perfect timing, and then they have to push this all the way to the end of the course, into the golf hole. We have to protect this, if you haven't played this version already. And at the top of the screen you can see the time remaining, where the golf ball is, and where it will reach its point. So it's quite nice because this is a bomb, so essentially it's their attack on the plants. I love the fact that this is quite simplistic. Like, none of these games come with explanations on how to play them, but they're easy to pick up. Like, well, mind you, I say they're easy to pick up. I've never really got the idea of the taco game on here. And Gnome Bomb, fairly easy to pick up, but not really my cup of tea. I imagine, from the looks of the way the new game is, we're going to have new games, and they're probably not going to be as easy to pick up as these ones are. So, again, that will be another interesting thing. On the beta version, I think you can only play the Vanquish Confirmed version. Oh no, they're changing it every day. Okay. Oh, so we'll have to go on there and see what they've got later on. So that's quite interesting. See, I'm kind of, what's the word? Aware of the fact that I've been kind of aimlessly shooting whilst talking, but I don't think I can. They say women can do multitask, but I kind of feel like I've clearly demonstrated no skills of multitasking during this gameplay. So that's that MI. I love the fact that you've still got the new characters in the game, the old characters, or the original characters, whatever you want to call them. I kind of thought that they might scrap them all together, or keep like a few of the popular ones, but from what it seems, it's just, they've just added 3 on each side. So, off the top of my head, it's the superhero, the pirate, and the imp on the zombie side. And on the plant side, you've got the rose, you've got the citrus. What's the last one? Rose, citrus, and Captain Ball. Curdle Ball. Oh, Curdle. Oh, that sounds. I like the sound. That sounds better, to be fair. Yeah, I killed him, but I killed myself at the same time. This one. Let's see how. Oh, I've got 7 kills. That's not too bad considering I've not really been paying much attention to the game. Yeah, so for PlayStation players, if you've been not known or you're new to the game, if you press the middle black button on the top of your controller, it brings up the scores. Something that's quite interesting if you're always keen on, like, know what your kill count is. And you can see like where you rank, you can move up and down, and you can also mute people on here. So you press triangle to mute. So if you've got any particularly annoying youngsters playing and you just can't stand them in your ear hole, then you can mute from there. Are we gonna win? I think we might win. Yeah, I think the plant's won. Woohoo! So that's that for another My Girlfriend Plays. So if you want to see any more of these videos, there should be a couple up on the YouTube channel. And if not, you can check out our Garden Warfare 2 review. Thanks for watching. Bye!